All right, guys, here we're talking about the trailer for the movie Rust Creek.
Hey, horror or something.
Yeah, we got like this horror drama thriller thing. I like the poster. I like the I assume it's intentional. You have this river of tears coming out of this girl's eyes.
Yeah, right. The river's coming out of her face. She's all red and stuff. Very stylized. I personally can't tell if this is Enid from The Walking Dead or not. I don't know how I'll feel about it if it is or isn't. But small bit of trivia. Hopefully in a few minutes we'll know if that's her or not.
It certainly could be, but
we don't know much else about this.
That doesn't sway me one way or the other.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't like her character on The Walking Dead necessarily if it's her, but I would be no more or less excited to see a movie if she was the lead in it. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're going in blind. Let's figure it out.
Let's check it out. It looks interesting enough.
Okay.
I don't know. There's something about it that just seems like one notch below like what I would want this to be. But then it's got the dad from Smart Guy, so I'm like, all right.
Well, of course. I have no idea what Smart Guy is.
Smart Guy was a TV show with the younger brother from the Tia and Tamara people of Sister Sister.
And which guy is the dad from Smart Guy?
The dad was one of the sheriffs.
Oh, okay.
Or some sort of cop.
With little beady eyes.
Well, they all had beady eyes.
How dare you?
They're police. I don't know. There's something. Also, she seems to get stabbed like super hard with a gigantic knife, and judging by her size, it would probably almost go all the way out the other end of her leg. And you do see her running for quite some time after that. The idea of living, let alone being able to run after that, I understand adrenaline pumping seems a little bit unrealistic to me, but I will allow it.
I will allow it too. This seems like a real movie, which is often my barometer for these types of things. Like, this type of thing can work or not work, but if it isn't even a real movie to begin with, I know I'm not going to be able to trick myself into getting into it or being down or whatever. I like this. I like this kind of stuff. I like the weird, who can you trust, what's happening, is the sheriff in on it, where are these guys chasing you, what are you doing, developing a relationship with the junkie drug maker guy that found you and nursed you back to health or whatever. You know, tale as old as time.
It seems like this trailer is only covering maybe the first half of the movie, and something dramatically different is going to be toward the other end, because you still... Even if that's the premise, I don't know if I would ever classify this a horror. So there has to be some other big thing happening, because this is straight up thriller territory until some really bad stuff happens, and that must be when they find her again. And
you mentioned it missing a thing, right? So were you waiting in the trailer for something to happen? Cut to black, the music fades out. She's tied to a chair. The rednecks are like, "Well, I guess we got to do," and you're like, "Uh-oh!" Like it gets way too much.
It feels like it's missing a little.
The fact that it said horror did make me expect something else that is not displayed.
And
here,
it could just be a bad advertising technique, trying to get a different demographic to see your thing.
You gotta get on the list.
You have a name that could flow into anything. Pun intended.
Nice.
Rust Creek could be anything.
Rust Creek.
A lot of people just, I see every horror movie. I do every Bob.
And they all have names like Rust Creek.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it looks all right. I would check it out, I think.
Oh, okay.
Watching
this in silence next to you, I was like, I'm gonna like this and he's gonna hate it. That was my first impression of this.
Under the idea that I believe there is more than meets the eye, and this trailer is just kind of teasing you into something. I'm more interested. But again, I could get bit in the ass where I then watch it and it is just what we see here. But I can't imagine that, because based on how much is shown in this trailer, if this was an actual trailer for the whole movie and not some crazy twist that thing happens, it would be like, well, then we know kind of what happens.
How slow are these scenes and how how long would all this take to happen? Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be a letdown. When I watch something like this, I'm looking for certain signs, like when I see the actors' faces, do I think that they can carry, me wondering if they're in on it or what he means by that.
Bad actor, a liar. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so doing this, these are a lot of people I don't recognize and are kind of unknowns and all that stuff, and what little dialogue there is in there kind of made me go like, oh, okay. Right, because I could even believe that she's passing through this area and not totally innocent either. She's involved with something, or I don't even know.
Well, the opening bit, she cracks that dude like it's her job.
I know.
She seems like a tough girl, so there's definitely going to be a fight here.
Yeah, there's stuff going on or whatever, which I'm really, and that's what I'm super into. I enjoy movies that display certain things, and I already know everything going in. But I also really, really enjoy the ambiguity and wondering what's going on, who's with who, and who's in on what, and is this all just part of a sick game or whatever the hell?
And by the end, she's dual-wielding pistols, high on meth, just killing everybody.
Hell yeah, there's a whole sequence, there's a whole trip fight sequence where she takes a bunch of drugs and shoots all these rednecks.
Yeah.
I like these settings too, because like in the modern world, it's hard to pull off thriller, horror, tension, drama
Yeah.
stuff. But when you set it somewhere outside where there's either no cell service, right, where the local sheriff
Or the
who
people that would
you don't
respond
know,
are in on it. Yeah.
or like too far away, right? And you have the that distance, because we live in in a world where like I can never have a thing of like, do I know if I can trust this guy or what's happening or anything like that, because you just everyone's touching each other constantly or whatever. But so it's a nice little, you can have a little like fairy tale fantasy of this weird drama-filled situation.
It could even swing to the end to be a revenge story for all we know. It has a lot of open area here. But yeah, that open scene
Chainsawing
definitely
guys.
speaks to a thing where I could see this being like I spit on your grave type of bit,
Yeah.
just because of how quick to this fight it is.
Exactly.
That scene where she gets stabbed like that in the beginning, it cuts weird where I thought she got stabbed like in the spine, but yeah,
I know.
it's just her leg. The angle is funny.
I read that different than you did, so I thought she just got like a little stabs. But then the way her wound is bandaged made it look different later, so I'm a little confused about that too. But that's just
The way the man
setup.
plunges the knife, and then when you
Yeah.
see where the wound is, there's no way to being a nick. You
Well,
know?
and she kind of rears up, so you might think that she's getting like impaled or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, but this looks decent enough.
I was assuming like a split decision where you're like, I guess it's fine, thumbs down. I'd be like, this looks cool, thumbs up. Is that accurate?
I think I'm very tempted thumbs up.
Okay.
Like I'm just over the line.
You're just dipping your toe in the
yeah,
thumbs
just
up.
I want to
pond?
know what the horror
Yeah.
angle is.
Yeah.
Where almost the trailer isn't what got me. It's the description next to the trailer.
Okay.
Because there's
They
something.
might be tricking you then.
They very well might be. Again, like I said, I could
Yeah.
get bit in the ass for this, but I'll check it out.
I think the way the characters look, I don't want to use the word ugly, but they're very distinct.
Uh-huh.
And that's usually like a sign to me of something. Because like in like a shitty movie, it's just, well, we got this guy, he's whatever, right? But here, like the way they're dressed, the way their hair and everything is, one guy has like the broken nose thing or
That's 'cause
whatever
she hit him.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that then will become almost like a Fargo or like a thing like that, where a character has a very distinct, weird, off look the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And I did that kind of stuff. It's a thumbs up for me. I enjoy this kind of stuff though. So I guess
So we'll be checking this one out.
almost 2 thumbs up because you were just barely thumbs. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's our thoughts on this. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.